After a successful week in Côte d'Ivoire, the trip to Nigeria was no less ambitious. The mission, bringing together Christian and Muslim faith leaders to address HIV/AIDS together.
And I think we should thank the Balm of Gilead for facilitating our meeting this morning and for inviting us to come together. This is one of those occasions when people outside sometimes find it easier to get things done than those of us inside. Probably if I had invited the Muslims for a meeting of this nature, there would be a bit of a questioning why, what, and so on.
Here, in Africa's most populous nation of 120 million people, a wide gulf has divided the Christian and Muslim community. For nearly 2 decades, violent religious riots have claimed the lives of hundreds of people. Ironically, death through AIDS may be bringing both communities together.
I'm delighted that both the Muslims and Christians have come out to face the challenge. Everywhere now, we all, as religious leaders, are engaged in serious campaigns.
In Nigeria, HIV/AIDS is a silent epidemic. It's hidden. This is because the disease is still latent, and also because of denial, stigma, and discrimination.
HIV/AIDS is a problem in Nigeria, but we are still at the level of denial. We are still trying to convince the people that AIDS is real, and it is right here in our midst, and that it is spreading like fire.
In 1990, there were 0 AIDS cases in Nigeria. In 2005, it is estimated that AIDS could account for 50% of all deaths in the country. Here, most people do not know they're infected, so the worst is yet to come. Nigeria's National AIDS and STD Control Program estimates that 1 person dies every 2 minutes from AIDS. That's about 800 Nigerians a day. In most parts of Nigeria, there is a church or a mosque on almost every street. It is here that the power of faith has so much potential to fight the scourge of AIDS. Our first stop in Lagos was St. Leo's Catholic Church in Ikeja, Lagos, where the Reverend Monsignor John Aniagu gave a powerful message about HIV and AIDS and the various ways in which the disease can be contracted.
AIDS is a very serious problem in Nigeria. Unfortunately, I do not think that most Nigerians realize the seriousness of the pandemic here in our country. If they did, I think many would be frightened. The church is Christ with us here and now, and therefore the church must bring the care and the concern of Christ to those who are suffering in our midst today, including those who are suffering from AIDS.
From Lagos, it was on to Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. Here, 50 leading religious leaders from around the country arrived for the Balm and Gilead's Interfaith initiative at the Shehu Musa Yaradua Center.
For us, the partnership means joining hands together to learn what we can learn and to fight HIV/AIDS in the most powerful, effective way possible, based on our love for one another.
The leaders agreed that they could not continue to deny the existence of the disease and that a multi-sectoral approach from the highest levels of government down to the grassroots was necessary. In Jos, 3 hours northeast of Abuja, the Balm and Gilead organized an assessment training session for religious leaders.
The checking that they needed to do. So it will be checked in three ways. You will check it when you finish it to make sure it's right.
What we're finding is what we anticipated, that not many activities or programs have been developed through churches, but there's a very strong interest in doing so.
As a result of its success, the Interfaith Council on HIV/AIDS was formed. In an unprecedented move, the leaders resolved to do the following: hold hands together and put faith in the forefront of the fight against AIDS. 2. Combat AIDS as a family and with respect for one another. 3. Educate and provide HIV/AIDS facts for leaders and members. 4. Develop a platform for youth to come together to fight AIDS. And 5. Support a national day of prayer and education for the healing of AIDS.
I think that it is tragic that HIV has been the catalyst for bringing Christians and Muslims to work on anything, on a common issue. But at the same time, I also believe further that HIV brings us hope. And the hope is the coming together of Christians and Muslims to address the survival of a people. Because at the end of the day, it's really not about a virus. It's about a people.